Team 3D submission. The main task as a team was to create a platform to help cyclists to retrieve information about locations such as how bike-friendly they are and reviews from other users. We opted out to create a min-stack application that, through responsiveness, is both accessible by devices such as smartphone and desktops. So we have in the header component the sign-up and login. They're both well implemented server-side, and the backend is done with Nodejs and Mongodb. So here we can see that the header component has changed with the new features that we have while we're logged in. In the sidebar component, we can see that the username has been retrieved by the user ID of the logged in user. And on the sidebar, we have other functionalities not all well implemented, like favorites, bookmarks, report faults to report any bug with the system, and the logout. So we can check the responsiveness, and we can see that by showing it with the screen of a Galaxy S5, we can see that the header becomes the header component. In the header component appears a drop-down list that now has not only the functions that were inside the header component, but also on the sidebar, like the logout. And by returning to desktop, we can see that also by clicking allocation, we can see the title, the image bigger, the description, and modify and delete are not enabled right now because this is not the user that created this location. The same is for the reviews. So for each review, they're only the review list component, the one that shows all the reviews, checks the location ID, so only shows the reviews related to that location. And because this user hasn't created this review, it cannot modify or delete it. But in case we go back and we add a review with an example title and an example description, we will be able on our review to both modify or delete it. When we are in the single location component, we can see that also this one is made responsive by showing the reviews stretched by returning to the desktop site to check that each location has its own reviews. Like for example, this has no review at all, and this location has been created by this user, so we can also delete the location, for example. We have the logout working, and by logging in with another account, we can see the name changing. We won't be able to modify the data that the other user has created. And those are the features that we actually implemented right now. Angular has been used for the development of all the front end, and everything is divided in components.